Hi, I'm Brandon. I love Hallmark Christmas movies.
I'm Brian. I like Hallmark Christmas movies.
I'm Dan, and I despise Hallmark Christmas movies, and this is the
Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast. Brandon and friends host this podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, boy.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Doesn't it feel like it should be Thanksgiving week?
Yeah. I mean, by now, there's no way we're 2 weeks out,
No.
right?
So confusing. Time's crazy, you know what I mean?
This time of year, man? You kidding me?
I do feel like we're really hitting our stride now, though.
Yeah.
You know?
After this past weekend's slate of movies, we're about halfway.
Wow.
Not quite.
Really?
Not quite.
Okay. All right.
Feels good, though. Feels
Sure.
good.
Feel strong. Yeah.
Hi to everybody
This
out
is the
there.
weekend I'm worried about coming up. I don't know what movies are coming out, but the weekend before Thanksgiving is when I feel like
Three
it's-
wiser men and a baby.
Oh.
And a boy.
Oh, we're
and
gonna
a boy.
cruise.
The holiday
Yes, I would love it.
touchdown, right?
What else? No,
No,
that's
that's the 30th.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I know.
Brian needs to watch out. Novel Noel. comes
Novel
out on
Noel.
Thursday.
Oh, that's why I'm worried.
Trying
Right
to pace
there.
myself a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Christmas on Call, previously known as First Responders,
First
Christmas.
Responders.
Good
Yeah.
God. Yeah. This is why I'm worried, Brand.
And that's the Donna Kelsey joint.
Oh, in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Three Wiser Men and a Boy. To Have and To Holiday.
Oh, yeah.
And for those following Deck the Lifetime Uncorked, Christmas in the Spotlight also airs this Saturday and will be covered next
Christmas
week with the one and
in the
only Patrick
Spotlight.
Serrano.
So 3 of those 4 movies sound like bottom of the barrel situation. So that's why I'm worried.
Well, I don't know anything
Yeah.
to have in it. What is it to have?
That's
Have
the
a
marriage
That's the
counseling
marriage
one.
counseling with her
Oh, the
daddy
pastor
pastor.
father. Yeah.
Oh, it could be
As producer Aaron said, her daddy pastor.
Daddy
Daddy Pastor.
Just trying to make it as cringy as possible.
Daddy Pastor.
You did it.
You did
Daddy
it.
Congratulations.
You win.
Daddy God.
Welcome to the Masters Club.
Come on over.
Shout out, Daddy God.
The whole time Dan's watching that movie, I want that playing in his head.
No, thank you.
Daddy Pastor.
Let's really quickly talk about how if you're not on the Philo app now,
What are you doing?
This is the perfect time.
Perfect time.
Yeah.
It's
This
the
is
perfect time to do it because you've got a ton of movies that are going to be coming out over the next couple weeks. A&E is beginning to play their slate of classic
Yeah.
Christmas with such a great collection of movies over there. It's AMC, not A&E.
I was about to say, that's a...
A&E, they've got a
That's a
batch
weird-
of reality Christmas shows, I'm
yeah,
sure.
Pawn Stars Horror. or
that's right.
Pawn Stars Christmas Edition.
Holiday, hoop 'em ups caught on tape, whatever they got going on over there. You can also watch that
Yeah.
on Philo. That's the thing about Philo. It's got something for everybody. Not only just the movies that we're covering here, but so much. So go check it out. Philo.tv/DTH. Now's the time.
Yeah.
Run.
Duh. And I got to
Don't
be
walk.
honest, we've
Jingle Bell Run.
been hearing nonstop, Brand,
What's that?
about Christmas movie magic.
Yeah,
I mean,
we have.
like,
Yeah.
it's a blast to play.
See, we're seeing those people. We're seeing those tags
see
on
that
social
hand.
media.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been tagging us that they're playing it and having a lot of fun. Somebody talked about how much this is they're enjoying this holiday season's batch of movies because of this game.
Yeah.
This game is really like highlighting and allowing them to enjoy the movies. Because if you're like me, I'm already shocked that we're as far into the season as we are, and it's gonna be Christmas before you know it, and you're gonna be like, man, this went by too fast. Christmas Movie Magic allows you to really just slow down and enjoy
Yeah,
the
it
games,
does.
and makes it a little competitive. And so there's still time to get it before Thanksgiving, and I think Thanksgiving that weekend is the perfect time to bust this bad boy out. Family in town, let's play a little. Let's make Christmas movies competitive.
Make Christmas movies great again.
Competitive again, and I think that's really fun. So Christmas Movie Magic, deckthehallmark.com/game. You can get it. Brian, you got it. You
Of
love
course,
it.
man.
Yeah.
It's in my head. I'm always thinking about the cards that I could draw. when I'm
Always
watching
be carding.
TV. ABC.
Always be carding.
In this case, yes, absolutely.
Perfect, actually.
Absolutely. And also, I shared on our stories over the weekend that the Greenville Christmas tree has been putting up
Saw
downtown. They're putting it up, and if you've never seen the installation process of that giant tree, it was actually
This was my first time seeing it.
It was,
Same
I
here.
know.
Yeah. Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
impressive.
It's like sometimes you don't want to see the old Oz, but I liked seeing Oz.
I didn't like seeing Oz.
You didn't like it?
I
It
would
made you
rather
feel
just
weird
see the
seeing the
tree
innards?
and
innards.
be
You didn't
happy
like
with
seeing
it.
the innards
No, I
of
didn't
the
like
tree?
seeing the innards.
No.
Brand.
No.
I didn't
I
know it
liked
was
it.
assembled like that. I didn't
Yeah,
know
I
that's how
didn't know
they did
either.
it. Now we know.
Top
Now
down
you know.
assembly.
Saw those innards.
But all that to say is that tree is now up downtown. Big
Yeah, it
lighting
is.
coming up. It's all exciting.
Right in front of M. Judson's. Shout out.
Judson's.
right.
It's a perfect time to come and visit Greenville if you haven't already.
You ever heard the accordion guy downtown?
Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah. He's got about 5 songs.
Yeah.
He's got 5 already?
Do you think he changes for Christmas?
Ooh.
Because at the market every Saturday, it's about the same 5. And,
What are the 5?
there's one Italian one. And then he usually sees my kids and does like a superhero thing for them. Like Spider-Man. He does Spider-Man.
Oh, that's a good
the one
one.
he does.
Yeah.
He does a Billy Joel song. I think it's Piano Man.
Ironic.
Which is weird. I don't remember the other 2. But Christmas time.
In his
he's got-
defense,
dude,
there's a little piano
there
on
is.
the edge.
You're
Makes up part
right.
of the accordion.
That's right. Do you think he's going Christmas though?
I bet
I
he
think
just
so.
adds
I'd be
I like
bells.
to think I know that guy.
Yeah.
Like I don't know his name, but he seems like a really nice guy, and he's there every Saturday. He's got the accordion out.
Yeah.
Can you do me a solid?
I would love to, Brandon.
If you are downtown and you see him,
Yeah.
can you invite him into the studio just to kind of sit off screen one episode and play?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just be like, it'd be really
Yeah.
fun. It'd be a good bit. And we don't talk about it. We don't
No,
address
we don't
it.
say
Just got some
anything. We
accordion
just
going.
occasionally
I just
have
love
accordion.
him being there.
Joe, the accordion guy. I don't know his name, but yeah.
I would love that. And please do that.
How loud
Yeah.
would that be?
If he heard this, he'd probably take offense to the fact I said he only had 5 songs. He's probably got
He
more.
should come here and prove
Maybe
it.
I'm. Maybe
There's only
I'm-
one way to know,
That's
and
right.
it's by with the
Come on-
hard-hitting questions.
come on down
Joe
and
the
prove
accordion
it.
guy.
That's right, Joe, the accordion guy.
I like the idea. I like
Same.
that's all.
But the thing is to play music downtown at Saturday morning, you have to have a permit.
You got to have a permit.
He gets a permit every Saturday.
Well, I think you apply for one for the year, I think.
Well, the only reason I know this is because I
in the
had
busker world.
a friend whose kid was going to play downtown, and there was a whole thing where they were both there at the same time and had conflicting permits.
Interesting.
I don't think it's
is.
by a year in advance. I think it's
back
week
in
to
my
week.
back in my day.
Back in your day,
you would
busking.
apply and you would get
Busker brand.
a busker permit.
Busker permit. Yeah, I saw them
and
live.
I do believe that you had to say where the area in which you were going to play.
Huh.
So that only so many people could have them. For
He's
these
not
zones.
always at the same spot. It's always in that
Zone.
corridor.
It's zone based.
Oh, it's zone
It's
based.
zone based.
Interesting. Dude, Busker Zone Wars. I would watch that show.
That's on
That's on
A&E.
A&E.
I would,
That's
that is
what
the
it
thing
is,
that's
yeah.
their Christmas
That is
lineup has
edition.
Busker Zone.
Christmas Busker Zone Wars. This philo.tv/DTA.
Would watch. Would watch.
That'd be the
Should
best
we make
deep,
it?
deep dive.
Should we make that
Go
show?
ahead and write that down. Jingle Bell
listen to
Run.
Hallmark?
Jingle Bell Run is what we're talking about today. Andrew Walker, Ashley Williams.
come on.
In case you missed it over the weekend, I have a little synopsis for you. It originally premiered on the Hallmark Channel on November 16th, 2024. It went a little something like this. The movie kicks off with great animation, and that's how you know that you're dealing with some heavy hitters. It's a heavy hitter flick, everybody. We meet Avery, a school teacher who makes toddlers give speeches about Christmas ornaments in front of their peers. She's ruthless. She loves crossword puzzles and juice boxes. While she's in the teacher's lounge, other teachers keep walking by and congratulating her, but she doesn't know why they're congratulating her. Her best friend and or sister, Ruby, explains that she signed her up to be a competitor on the Great Holiday Dash, something that is definitely not the Amazing Race. It is not even close. Avery is not thrilled by this. Cut to Andrew Walker. He is selling juice, a real stretch for my boy A-Dub. His character name is Wes, a retired professional athlete looking for his next big thing, and it turns out that his next big thing is the Great Holiday Dash. Avery thinks it over and realizes that it'd be a great way to bring attention to her school and maybe even get some extra funding. And so she starts training, even though she's never done anything like this before. She ends up meeting Wes at the gym. It does not go well. Classic treadmill situation. The competition begins and Wes is shocked to see Avery from the gym there. The game is simple. There's one silver bell hidden somewhere in America. The first one to find it wins. It's not that simple, though. It's a lot more complex. But this year, the competitors, they won't be competing individually. Instead, they will team up in pairs that they have pre-selected. Naturally, Avery and Wes are teamed up. The game kicks off with one team being eliminated after the first round. Brutal. Luckily, Avery and Wes crack enough nuts to move on to the second round, which takes them to Boston. The next game involves shooting pucks, which works out great for Wes because he was a hockey player. Producer Dirk pulls Wes aside afterwards and tells him to flirt more with Avery for the ratings. Wes, you're a star. A little flirting will really boost the numbers. That night, Wes and Avery actually connect, though. Gotta hate when that happens. The next day, they head to New York City for a window display competition. Instead of immediately diving headfirst into this task, they spend more time getting to know each other and talking about their families. Their theme is 3 French hens, and they go with a French theme. But it's the hens. It's bad for me, and the display actually looks really good, almost like a professional came in after the fact and finished it for them, but who can say really? Good for them. They win the round. They hug, and producer Dirk walks by and tells Wes, attaboy. Next, they head to Texas for a dance contest. This competition is weird, but their dance quickly turns, I guess you might say, a little sexy, a little twirly, flirty. Dip. When I dip, you dip.
We dip.
And they win again. After a hitchhiking detour, they assume they are out of the competition, but surprise, they're not. Everybody else also was lost, so that's a relief. They head to Oregon for the next round, but first, there's an extracurricular gift exchange for reasons that are unclear to me. Avery and Wes make it to the finals, and the sparks are flying. However, when Avery overhears a conversation between Wes and the producer, she gets really mad. What she does not hear is Wes telling the producer to kick rocks, man. I don't want to do this anymore. The producer, when he realizes about what has happened between Wes and Avery, goes and tells Avery about what Wes said to him before the final competition. Final competition is good for her because it involves a crossword puzzle. They get the crossword puzzle correct first. They then begin to run towards the Christmas tree to open up presents to try to find the silver bell. Wes falls down, hurts his leg. I'm sure it'll come back again later. And Avery continues on alone. Yay! They celebrate by announcing what they're going to do with their prize money. They both plan to give back to the community. You'll love to see it. And in the end, they make up and they make out. And that, my friends, was Jingle Bell Run.
We did it.
We did do it. Let's take a quick break.
I love it.
We're going to come back. We're going to break this movie down with 4 segments here on
Deck the Hallmark.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are talking about Jingle Bell Run. Andrew W. Walker. I apologize,
yes,
buddy.
of course.
My bad. And Ashley Williams, 2 heavy hitters in the Hallmark universe. If you combine the 2, does it make a smash movie? That's what we're here to break down today. We're going to start with a hot take. We're going to share exactly how we felt about this movie. We're not going to hold back, Brian.
Brian,
I'm going to start
so help
with
me
you.
if you hold back on the Jingle Bell Run hot take. Oh my gosh.
I'm going to start with you. What did you think about Jingle Bell Run?
I liked it.
Oh, you didn't hold back,
he
everybody.
didn't hold
Thought
back.
it was pretty cool. Not,
oh man,
not super
scalding.
not super Christmassy, but I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. I think it did the trick with the amount of Christmas you needed in it. Kind of festive. They threw some snow in the air in Texas, so that helped a little bit.
But not in Arizona.
No,
or
no,
New Mexico.
New
excuse
Mexico,
me.
no. High expectations for this one, obviously, with the heavy hitting cast, and I feel like it delivered. Like this, I feel like the floor on it was really high. Like it was, you knew it was going to be at a certain level, and it just didn't disappoint. I had a really good time. Andrew really gave a performance. I thought he did some work on this character. Like I felt like there was more about this character that he could have gone into that they didn't really do. He is jacked in this movie.
Yeah,
In
he
real
is.
life, not just in this movie. The guy is just jacked. He's in the best shape of his life.
No, I've heard the muscles aren't real. They brought him
Yeah,
in for
they
the
brought
movie.
him in. They
Oh,
brought him in.
Oh,
Muscles.
they fooled me.
Interesting. Yeah.
Fooled me.
Yeah.
Wow, this is
I
embarrassing.
mean, I don't want to
This is
speak out of
embarrassing.
turn here, but yeah, that's what
You might
that's
be.
what he told me.
Oh, he told
personally.
in confidence.
He
though?
said these were fake muscles.
Oh no,
He said fake
That's
muscles.
tough. At least he's honest about it.
he's
you know?
honest.
they looked real.
Good
though.
for him.
They
And
looked
that's
real.
the key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked real. I like how they did the show. I thought the host of the show was really key in like carrying it along and like making it believable. They did a little producing Weasley producer bit there, which I thought worked. So I enjoyed it. I thought they did a pretty good job here.
Yeah, I agree, Brian. I really like this one. I'm thankful that a movie with Andrew Walker and Ashley Williams, they let the movie be funny. If you remember, like the Ashley Williams Paul Campbell movie, we were like, wish it was funny.
Yeah.
This one was funny. They both came and they delivered the comedic bits. Lots of like A-Dub, some great comedic timing, really funny bits throughout the movie. We know that Ashley can bring the comedy. She always does bring little bits where you're like, she's so funny. I wish they would just let her just do whatever. And for the most part, they did in this movie. It was so funny. Lots of funny bits from two really talented comedic actors. The worst part of this movie is the game itself,
Yeah.
the competition. I kept just wondering what's happening. This is such a weird show. And for a movie where that's kind of the whole thing, I felt like it was weirdly enough the afterthought of the movie. I was confused by and large about the race of the run of it all, if you will. I understood the jingle bell, but not the run. And that's unfortunate. But at the end of the day, didn't really matter to me because these two just crushed it. Such good chemistry, such good fun. And they took a movie that could have just been okay and they made it great. Big fan from Bran. Dano?
Yeah, I think that the two leads, both titans of Hallmark Christmas movies, like they are, and both of them 100% deliver. The rest of this movie does not deliver at all. And so what happens is we get a movie that's going to be somewhere in the middle of the pack for me. I could watch Andrew Walker and Ashley Williams hang out and try to make each other laugh all day. That was wonderful. Romantic chemistry was fine when it needed to be, but I just thought the two of them on screen, like Andrew Walker didn't back down from the challenge of I have to try to be as funny as Ashley. I don't know if he was as funny as Ashley, but there's some scenes where he's legitimately funny. The rest of this movie, literally in my opinion, I just wholeheartedly disagree about the host of this game show who sometimes has lines that don't even make any sense. He's never stationed where the camera could have a one-on-one with him. They don't care about this game at all. They don't care about the reality show of it at all. They don't care about the rules. They don't need it to make sense. And because they don't care, I don't care. And so the game of it all, I think, could have been the thing to make this movie really a standout. Instead, it's the thing that's the albatross around its neck, holding it down because no attention is paid to it. The script really lacks in anything that helps us connect this story together via game. But you've got Andrew Walker and you've got Ashley Williams. And so that keeps it from being one of the slogs of the year. But, you know, it just is, it's unfortunate because the two performances are great. The rest of this, it isn't. So, you know, it is what it is. Womp womp. I
don't know if they like were hoping. It's like, was the game for people that know The Amazing Race or don't know?
If you
what
know
were
The
they
Amazing
banking
Race,
on?
I
don't know The Amazing Race, and I was confused. I was like, maybe if I knew The Amazing Race, I
I'm
would
not
understand
a
more.
Big reality show guy, but I would love to be on The Amazing Race. I also have seen a couple of seasons. This movie makes no sense.
Aren't you supposed to be on The
of this
Amazing
movie-
Race with Patrick? Isn't that a
Patrick Serrano and I are going to do it.
Oh, gosh.
We'd crush it.
stop?
would.
That
Stop,
is must see TV.
stop
100%.
saying it if you're not
Even
going to
if
apply.
we wouldn't win, it'd be must see TV.
You guys need to apply.
Yeah.
should.
I would watch it.
Yeah.
I'd watch it immediately.
Somebody get a video together for us. We'll do it.
Is that how you apply? You like film a
you gotta
I think
film the
so,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
film
yeah.
the thing.
Wish we had some cameras around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
There's no
clutch.
way. There's no way for us to do that though. Not in 2024 at least. Maybe we'll get there eventually.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see.
Let's get to all the feels where we talk about what in this video gave us those feels, Brian.
Yeah, at one point they go to Boston area and they end
Boston.
up at Wachusett Mountain.
Yeah.
And
shout out.
no self-respecting New Englander heard that and didn't start thinking of the Wachusett Mountain commercial Jingle. And that was my feels.
Hit me.
Sing
It
it
goes,
for us?
Wachusett Mountain. I don't know the rest of it, but that is the key part there.
Aaron?
And so
Was that
Do you have
accurate, Aaron?
thoughts on whatever that was?
I'm with Brian here. I do remember that first part, and I could not tell you what comes after that. But
How close was he to the song?
Did he nail
once
it?
I ramped up.
Tonally a little off, but yeah, I got the. I mean, I
Yeah.
get the
The
feels.
gist.
Yeah.
The general idea.
Makes me think of fall, not Christmas
Wachusett.
What is it?
Wachusett.
Wachusett.
Wachusett Mountain.
Wachusett
So,
Mountain.
that was a great throwback for me. Wachusett.
You're going real nasally.
So that really hit the feels.
Listen, I am a sucker for a jacket, and they didn't need to go as hard with the jacket. I think they gave the jackets more thought than the game itself.
Yes.
And honestly, for me personally, okay with it because the jackets were wonderful. And in fact, I reached out to Andrew W. Walker and I asked him if he still had his jacket, and if so, could he give it to me? No word yet. He's on a cruise, but I will report back.
Thank you.
Because I think I'd look pretty good in that jacket. I think I
Well,
look pretty
yeah.
pretty good in that
Probably need
jacket.
some fake muscles. to
My
fit into it,
biggest
but-
my biggest problem is I don't think Andrew and I wear the same size. I think
don't
he
think?
wears
Yeah. Well,
probably an
it's-
extra large.
Yeah, he's a
for my
maybe a
guess.
triple X. He's
At this
chose-
point with those muscles.
Yeah, with those muscles. Yeah.
My concern would be that we don't
Just a little
wear the
loose
same.
on
it. Yeah,
It would be a little
of
too loose
course.
on me. But we'll report back.
Great.
Dan?
I wish I had written specifically the scene I'm talking about down because now it's fading my memory. It's good. But 2 or 3 times in this movie, Andrew Walker dips his toe into the world of physical comedy, which you normally don't see from Andrew Walker. And I think he by and large really nails it. Like he's really, really funny in this movie. And that was the big surprise. And that does mean that, yes, I mean, Ashley Williams is funny. She has comedic timing just by showing up. But Andrew being this funny, that was the big takeaway for me. That was it.
Lisa says that they're doing a giveaway for the jacket for charity.
For charity. Come
But
on.
did you call it first before they started the charity
That's
thing?
interesting.
Did you
That's a
call
good
it?
point. Did I call dibs before
Yeah.
before like
You-
helping
you
the
hear
kids
that,
got involved?
charity?
You have to check the tape on that.
Let's check it. Let's check the tape. That's all that I'm asking. And there's got to be another jacket. Like I'll say, I'm not only here for Andrews. I would take any of them. Any of the jackets.
Right.
Any of the jackets. Would
So
do.
with the kids though too, probably.
Yeah, the charity of
I don't think
choice
the
would-
kids get the jackets.
I think they get the money.
I think they
from
get the
auctioning.
money
Yeah,
for the jackets.
I don't know what good it would do
Oh,
to
they
give
don't
the
just-
charity the
okay.
jacket.
If the kids do get the jacket, if somebody could point me in the direction of said kid, I would give them money for the jacket.
Yeah.
I would pay the kid some money for the jacket.
sure, yeah.
However, this is going to work out, just let me know. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll get to the wait what and the what the Hallmark here on Deck the Hallmark. Bonnie says that she doesn't think it's a dib situation, and
It's so weird because everything.
I think that's exactly right.
Yes.
Everything is a dib
Yeah.
situation. You just need to know
100%.
who to ask. Let's get to the wait what. So we talk about what in this movie made us go wait what. What do you got going on over there, Brian?
That was really good. Man, reframing that song now in my mind. Shirley's daughter Grace is dead.
That was
Are you kidding
that
me?
scene was absurd.
Holy cow! That whole movie.
He gets her a children's book with a reindeer on the cover, and she starts going. The music changes, and I was like, I started laughing because I was
Yeah.
like, they clearly messed up the music here. And then you find out that this daughter she's been talking about
The whole movie.
dead.
Yeah.
And none of us saw it coming because the movie gave us no reason to think that that was true. And now Andrew Walker looks like the worst human being
Yeah.
alive.
Why are they gonna do him like that?
Why you got to do him like that?
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it.
Yeah.
Like they got halfway through making this movie, they're like,
Full
oh boy,
record scratch.
Yeah, we gotta rewrite this.
I couldn't. I didn't know what to do with that scene.
Yeah.
It was, and then she goes into tears, and then she pops right back out of tears into everything's fine.
Yeah.
And then it's crazy.
It's a roller coaster. Andrew and Ashley meet at the gym. I think it was the day before the the game starts, is what they said.
Yes.
And they're in there doing a pretty intense workout the day before a big event. Like you can't do that. Like
No.
especially her, who she not in the gym regularly. She
That's
said.
right.
So like I've made the mistake of doing a heavy leg day. I'm sure we all have.
Yeah, we've all
heavy
been
leg
there,
day
yeah.
the day before a road trip, and I'm driving like cramped up, all get out,
Yeah.
hunkered out, whatever.
And
the thing is.
Brian went above and beyond to get his workouts into the in the wait what, Brian? I mean, you know.
Yeah, I noticed
check
that.
that.
He didn't want.
I can't believe you didn't. Andrew Walker's doing the
feels.
pull-ups in there, and
Yeah.
his chin doesn't even get to the bar. It's like he's not even trying.
Yeah,
I can't believe you didn't bring that up.
He's no Marcus Rosner on
You
the
were
bar.
45 minutes and you're complaining that Andrew Walker didn't get his chin to the bar on the
Dude,
pull-ups.
he's so ripped.
It's unbelievable.
I did have a bunch of weight watts with the race itself. Like
Oh my gosh.
they just have so much downtime and so many outfit changes. Like there's just too much time on that race. Like it's not that. You're right. They didn't make it a real competition. Like there's nothing about it that feels like a real. Like there's any urgency with it at all. And then just again with the Boston thing, Ashley said Wicca cool. And we all know she meant wicked cool, and no offense taken. Thank you for your support.
That's right.
What if offense was given? Like, what if she was
Yeah,
trying to
that's
give
Still, you
true.
can't offend. It's none taken. Doesn't matter
Got
if
it.
you
None
meant
taken.
it.
Got
It
it.
doesn't matter
Got
if you're
it.
trying to
None
offend. None
taken.
taken.
The
Go
very
Sox.
first competition, they run in, they're running a little bit late, and they yell out an answer, and he goes, "You don't just yell. This isn't Jeopardy. You don't just yell things out. You don't just yell things out of Jeopardy.
That's right.
There's an order to things.
That's right.
And there's a
Yes.
buzzer.
You
can't,
actually can't yell
You
out.
can't.
It's
You're not
impossible.
allowed.
Yes.
You're not allowed. It was a weird way.
They don't
to,
have your mic turned on. Literally, you can't yell out.
You
in
don't.
Jeopardy.
You don't just yell things out. This isn't Jeopardy. Well, you
got-
need to have
Actually, that would make it very much
more fun.
accurate to
Yeah.
yell it out. Then
That's right. They had a team that was two women, both younger, and their team name was Ice Babes. No one, every other team had like some sort of pun
That's
going
right.
on.
Yeah.
They're like, let's just
Yeah.
give the girls the Ice Babes. And I was offended on behalf of women everywhere.
Way to stand up, Brandon.
Thank you. So listen, I'm doing the best I can out here. I loved this host who,
Good
again,
God.
just kind of says things and then hopes you don't think about it. Like before dancing, he was explaining the music and he said, the music's going to go fast to slow and vice versa. Which is great. It's like,
at least every song isn't slower than the previous song.
at least it's not fast to slow to even slower, although would watch. Could have said like alternating speeds of
the
music.
songs are going to be of all different
Vice
speeds.
versa.
Fast to slow, and then vice versa. No guessing which where, and then again how it was.
Again.
Back at it.
He was great.
And then I just loved that they he tells Wes, hey, do a little flirt. It's gonna be good for the ratings. A couple of days later, he goes up to me. He's like, "You and Avery have become the hot new team to beat." Whoa!
There's only 2 teams left.
I know, hot new team to beat. Well, I mean,
Congrats.
you think he's telling every team that?
A good producer would.
When you
Yeah.
go down to 2 teams, you've become the hot new team to beat. Goes over to the other team. Hey guys, I got good news.
some good news for you
You're
guys.
the hot
Check
new,
the data.
you're the hot new team to beat. Dano,
Yeah, can I interest you
No.
in a reality program where
Well.
you race across the country and the race does not matter? So in the Amazing Race, you have challenges you have to complete along the way, but you're trying to get to the finish line. That's the end.
Yeah.
In this game, as long as you arrive,
You just pop right in.
then you start the challenge.
Yeah.
You could do all this on a soundstage, gang. Like, literally, there is no penalty for being not first, and there's no reward for being first. They go from Chicago to Boston to New York to Texas to Santa Fe. You could have done it all in a soundstage because the race doesn't matter. Guys, this is a pretty big gaping hole in this movie.
yeah,
The points don't matter. It's whose line is it anyway. The race doesn't matter. It isn't like every time they would get to the finish line, I would be like, wait, like it took me all movie to realize, oh, wait a minute. They just did the race for the fun of it. They don't have any other reason. they basically did it so you'd have to pay for your own travel, I guess. I don't know why they did it, and it doesn't make any sense at all. And it is a glaring issue with this movie. The first time you see the host, he's doing a commercial, and we rewound this because I couldn't believe that he said this. In the commercial, he says, "Join me to find out that who will play along."
Yeah.
Brandon, believe me, we rewound it. It's exactly what I wrote here. Join me to find out that who will play along. That is not a sentence. Those are words. That is not a sentence. That's just, it isn't
Makes
one.
me like him even more.
But my thing is like, that's not on him. I mean, it is. You have to be like, wait a minute, cut. This is going to be on TV. But nobody in the editing bay was like,
Maybe it was on purpose.
join me to find out that who will play along.
What was the product? What was the commercial?
It was
Was
for the
Oh, it was for
show.
the show. Okay.
Join me to find out that who will play along. I don't understand that. I also love that in our Chicago gym, they have kilometer per hour treadmills.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Always great.
Yeah, I love to
Always
see
great
that.
when you got the km per hour
Well,
treadmill.
it's important.
Yeah, it's important.
If you're doing 5K,
That's right.
10K, 15K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
What have
also
you.
want to point out that while the race doesn't matter at all, one team is eliminated for not getting to a mailbox across the street the quickest. Also kind of crazy. And then lastly, the downtime was big. I feel like they'd solved the puzzle, and then instead of leaving right away, they were having like drinks.
They get rooms for the night.
Yeah, they're just hanging
Every
out,
City,
have doing whatever.
Have a Christmas gift exchange.
Yep.
Yeah,
Plenty of time for that.
She on the plane, he helps her with a crossword, and the clue is Santa's book of misbehaviors, and the answer is naughty. And as someone that loves a crossword puzzle, kindly,
You don't think it's a good clue?
it's not a that answer would be a noun. It'd be a book, Santa's book of misbehaviors. And his thing isn't a book, Brand. I don't know if you know, Santa's big on the list.
list.
It is a list, yeah.
I just,
I think he's got a trademark on it, though. You can't use it.
I don't
What
understand.
would you do for if you were writing the crossword puzzle?
I would just do blank or nice. Move it
Or
on.
nice. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Or like you could get fancy and be like unnice list or you know, whatever. There's plenty of ways to do it that aren't that. That's all I got.
A tree with, yeah.
It's time for
Naughty, I see what you did
it's time
there.
for what the Hallmark is, where we wonder what could have been. Maybe because we're clearing any questions that we still have. Brian, what the Hallmark?
Won't use a mountain. Wes, he said he was going to use a portion of his money to start a youth hockey league, I think it was.
Yeah.
Like, Chicago needs another hockey. Like, Chicago is one of the original 6 teams in the
Yeah.
NHL. Like, I think they're okay on hockey
Yeah.
up in Chicago.
They're
Like,
doing just fine.
what the heck is he doing that for? Like, what do you put? What kind of league? How's it going to be different? What's the point of doing that? Dude,
Did you notice that instead of the Blackhawks, they were the Blackbirds?
oh, were they? I didn't even
Yeah,
notice
that
that.
was
No,
weird.
I didn't even
That was
know
a
they
weird one.
named the team.
Yeah,
Wow, good.
the old
The
Blackbirds.
Blackbirds won the cup
That's
last
right.
year.
Blackbirds.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, mine is a very. They just don't really explain it, but when they do the whole like they landed at the wrong airport in Texas, and so they have to rent a car or hitchhike or whatever to get to New Mexico. They get to the gate 5 hours late.
That's right.
Okay, and he's like, "You're 5 hours late," and they're like, "That means we're out, right?" And he's like, "No, you're actually." The first one, the other ones are just now, and he like waves them in, and they come
And
running
he says
down.
they were also blessed.
They were also blessed. What
Too blessed to be stressed.
what
too
happened?
blessed to be stressed.
What
Yeah.
happened with those folks? Why were they just waiting
Penalty.
off? What honestly?
It doesn't
Time
matter
penalty.
as long as you get there.
Yeah, it's just like
not a race.
I just any sort of explanation as to what happened, because they explained that they're 5 hours late. They're like, no one else is here. That means we're late. We're out, right? And he's like, on the contrary, you're actually in great shape. You're the rest.
We're also blessed.
Come on.
And they're coming from like
Doesn't make any sense.
like they jumped a fence somewhere. Like they got dropped off and they come running in from the road. They are walking alongside of the perimeter of the house. What was it? What happened? They didn't explain it at all, and I was left wondering what the Hallmark. Dana?
How much money do they think $1 million is? Ashley Williams wins $1 million and says, I'm going to let these two fine folks start a restaurant. I'm starting my readers, whatever, and I'm giving this money to all these different charities.
Yeah.
Guys, you win $1 million. First of all, you get to keep about $500,000 of that money. And then
worth it.
You want to start a restaurant. Like, your money's gone. It's gone.
Immediately.
That's it. And then Andrew announces he's going to do some things. And then all the charities that she does too.
And the restaurant, yeah.
They don't know. Like, I've got bad news for you. It's just, money's just not going to stretch.
Well, first they're going to put their $1 million in the S&P for 10 to 15 years.
Of course.
And then they're going to.
That's right. Yeah. Doge. Just Dogecoin to the moon. That's all
To the
that is.
moon.
Should be.
Yeah.
We did, everybody.
did it.
Congratulations to us.
great.
It's time for a double decker of the week. It's where we dive deep into the life of a double decker. Brian, you find out a double decker who has signed up for Brainwell Gen Plus at the double decker tier or higher, and you do the deep dive into their life using Google Plus, not that Google Plus.
No.
And you give us the skinny on what's going on in their lives. Whether they want that out in the open or not. Our hands are
don't
tied
care.
here. We don't care. We got to do it. Dano, who do we have today?
Marielle Abbott. Marielle Abbott is this week's double decker.
Marielle, yeah. Marielle does want this out in the open.
Okay.
From what
Oh,
I
good.
can
You
gather.
confirmed it.
It's-
Good,
From what
good.
you can gather.
What
Interesting.
I did gather.
Yes.
Marielle, like a lot of us have noticed that GMO foods kind of taking it on the chin lately.
Brian,
not
what's the GMO food right now for all the money in the world?
There's a lot of processing. There's a lot of process. There's a
you
lot
go.
of process.
Genetically modified
Yes.
organisms, I believe. But it's getting a lot better, and Marielle feels like.
What do you mean? It's getting a lot better for whom?
Like the GMO
Like the
is getting
GMO?
better, or people
yeah,
are
like
starting to stop?
It's getting
Like-
it's getting better with the GMOs are getting better.
The GMOs
It's
are getting
okay,
better.
because you said that. Yeah, the GMOs
They're
are taking
advancing.
on the chin.
That's taking on the chin. Look,
right.
look,
And
they got
things are
bad-
getting better.
Things are getting better for
Got
them. And Marielle really thinks that it's time to take it on the offensive here and
Yeah.
really turn things around for GMOs and
On
get
the
them
offensive.
in the good
And Marielle
spotlight.
wants this out for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Got it. I got it.
100%.
Good, good,
So
good.
she is
100%.
on Team GMO.
Yeah,
Trying to make them better.
Yeah, that's right. So she's starting. She actually has like a little lab in her kitchen. She's engineered a
She wants
mushroom.
this out.
Huh?
She wants it out.
She wants this out.
Does
Yeah.
she
Her
have
kitchen,
a science lab?
Yeah, it's
in her
a
kitchen?
science lab of sorts in her kitchen.
Is she
And
making
so-
meth?
No, it's
Okay,
not. It
all right.
starts with M. No, she's worked out a mushroom that is a genetically modified mushroom that actually can talk.
It's a talking
It's
mushroom.
a talk. So we're on like the precipice here of food that
It's sentient.
can really. Yeah, sure.
We don't eat that talking mushroom, right?
We're at this point. It's a little risky because the mushroom is a little aggressive. So
Is it a mean mushroom?
it's kind of mean. Like she doesn't. I mean, first evolution here. You
So
got
right
to
out
talk.
of the
She
gate-
created life. Right.
So right
They
out of
sort
the
of,
gate,
yeah, I would
she
say. It's already alive,
she
but-
gave away for mushrooms to talk, and
Yeah.
right out of the gate, the mushrooms were rude.
Yeah, it's just like it's kind of cranky, like most things would be. Like,
Does
when
she have a name for it?
She does.
Yeah.
she
Say,
does.
what is that?
This? She's calling this, and this is patent pending. So don't
Okay,
get any
okay,
ideas.
got it.
This
Don't get
is
any
a
ideas.
shiitake mushroom.
Shiitake mushroom. Yeah.
So that thing you're going to take a bite, and that thing is just in your head.
It's just like, oh, you're gonna
Yeah,
eat.
yeah.
You're gonna eat some mushrooms.
Oh, you think you're getting healthy with this? You think eating 2 mushrooms a day is going
So
to get you there?
you get yourself a shiitake mushroom and you leave feeling terrible about
yeah,
yourself.
really not. So
I gotta be honest.
This
Brian,
is your best.
You've had a really tough go of it.
This is your
You've
best.
had a really tough go of it.
I love this so
it's
much.
a great one.
thank you.
It's a really,
It's a
really,
really,
well done
really
with
good
the
one.
research.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all credit to Google Plus, not
Of
that
course,
Google
yeah,
Plus,
and
obviously,
Marielle Abbott,
and Marielle
obviously.
for
And
her
I'm
hard work.
told we have a clip. So
Of
let's,
course we
let's
do.
cue that clip.
Better than me. Just because you in the air care. You're not better. I'm a guy. Walk while you still in.
Wow. Now we didn't get to play most of that. We
That
didn't get to
is-
play most of that.
It really
A lot
is.
of that didn't air, but
Dude, they're brutal. We'll get there though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will.
Really well done, Marielle. Really great work. All right.
I thought we had a clip of like a commercial, but it was just the shiitake mushroom.
Yeah. And again, most of it didn't make it.
Just relentless.
And that's tough.
No cap.
Sorry about the beeps, everybody.
No cap.
Thank you. There we go.
We did it. We're rumor has it we're gonna be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
If everything goes well, creek don't rise.
Yep.
All that good stuff. We'll be back tomorrow. With Christmas with the Sings is where we're going to be tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. Until then, we're the first to wish you a Merry Christmas!
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.